Phoenix, if you're interested in credit recovery for Twilight School, it starts Monday, so turn your forms into the counseling office. Hey guys, Sonoraville Middle School FFA is having a corn maze down at the Carney Farms. It's open on Friday at 6 and 12 at noon on Saturday. There will be hay rides, corn mazes, haunted corn mazes, petting zoo, and hay maze. Hay maze and petting zoo is $1 per person, corn maze is $5 per person, and hay ride is $3 per person. They'll have food and pumpkins.
We had an amazing day at our Region 1 act competition yesterday. We placed 4th for our musical 1001 Nights. Madison Smith received All-Star Cast Award, and Mercedes McBride received Region 5 AAA Best Actress Award. We want to thank you to Miss Haley, aka Costume Queen, for a great costume she provided. And all of our cast members had a rise up spirit. Go Phoenix!
Red Ribbon Week is coming, so make sure you are prepared.
Red Ribbon Week will start this Monday, and this year we will be learning about a new drug each day of the week. This year we will be learning about cigarettes, smokeless tobacco, meth, marijuana, and alcohol, so be prepared for next week.
The SHS Band competed in the Yellow Jacket Classic Marching Band competition on Saturday. The majorettes received the Superior Rating, the Best in Class majorettes for Class A, and they also received the Overall High Point Award. This is an amazing award for them to receive.
So Brenda, what were you doing yesterday after school?
I went to the volleyball game. Were you there?
Of course I was there. Did you not see that beat down that they put on McNair?
Wait, what? What'd y'all do?
We put a beat down on McNair. The scores were 25-1, 25-4, and 25-8. So when you see your volleyball players out there, make sure to give them a pat on the back. Good luck, guys.
Our Phoenix competitive cheerleaders have brought home 2 consecutive first-place trophies. Please congratulate these girls for their accomplishments. The competition cheerleaders will also be at Dalton on October 27th for our last regular season competition. We'll also be at Dalton on November 3rd for the region competition. Please come out and support your Phoenix cheerleaders.
Attention, this is a letter update. There are 384 letters to go. If you haven't wrote one already, please do so. The deadline is November 2nd. So write one.
Whoa, you're freezing.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
I know. Too bad I don't have an extra scarf and hat.
What? How much are those?
This is 15 and this is 15, but if you buy them together, it's 25.
Well, can I borrow it?
Not if you don't have cash. Sorry.
Miss Nelson will be selling scarves and hats in the courtroom.
$15 a piece, but if you want both, then it's $25.
Thank you.
Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like.
We're back with the Week 8 edition of the College Football Picks alongside with Coach Hayes and Coach Farland. Here we go. Game number 1, Alabama at Tennessee. Coach Hayes.
Alabama's secondary is probably going to get tested a little bit this week for the first time this year, but Tennessee's not going to have near enough. Alabama will roll in this game.
Coach Farley.
I agree. Alabama is probably going to be able to beat half the teams in the NFL at this time. They're just too good top to bottom, and I'm picking Alabama over Tennessee as well.
Yeah, Tennessee don't have a chance, even though they're at home. Alabama will pretty much roll. Not going to be a game. Number 17, Texas Tech, at number 23, TCU. Coach Hayes.
Texas Tech coming off a big win over West Virginia last week. I think they can get it done over TCU playing with a backup quarterback. So I think Texas Tech.
Coach Farley.
It's prime time for Texas Tech to have a letdown after the big win over West Virginia last week, but TCU has also struggled this year, so I'm going to continue to go with Texas Tech also, and the Tommy Tuberville spread offense is going to keep going.
Yeah, TCU struggled a lot against a lot of teams that they should be beating the crap out of this year. So I'm going to say Texas Tech handles them relatively easily, beating West Virginia pretty bad last week, actually. Geno Smith, they got pressure on him, and ain't many people been able to do that. Game number 3, and this is a primetime game, even though West Virginia's coming off a big loss. Number 4, Kansas State going to number 13, West Virginia. Coach Hayes.
I think West Virginia will rebound and play a little bit better, but I like K-State in this game. Colin Klein will be too much for West Virginia's non-existent defense, so I think it'll be high scoring, though.
Non-existent, right. Coach Farley.
Not real sure on this one, but I'm just going to go with Dan Holgerson and the Mountaineers of West Virginia. They do have some injuries that they have from last week. I don't know how that's going to factor in, but I'm going to go with the Mountaineers of West Virginia.
Snyder, I don't know what he's done the past 2 years, but he's really got Kansas State going. He's found him a quarterback. It's a lot like Tim Tebow. You know, Colin Klein is a really good quarterback. Kansas State's defense will be enough to hold off Geno Smith, and I'm going to take the Kansas State Wildcats. Game number 4, number 6 LSU at number 18 Texas A&M. Coach Hayes.
I really like Johnny Manziel from Texas A&M. As a freshman, he's doing real well. I think he can probably put up some numbers, but I'm going to take LSU.
Farley.
I'm going with the 12th man. I think they're going to pull it out, and LSU's going to go down this week.
Out of the 2 SEC teams that did move to the SEC team, I thought Texas A&M could compete more than any Missouri. They lucked up. Missouri lucked up big time. Didn't move to the West. God, that would have been awful. Yeah, I think Texas A&M can put points up on LSU. Question is, can LSU put points up on A&M? I'm going to take LSU, even though I do think it's going to be a closer game than people anticipate. It's in A&M. If it was in Death Valley, I wouldn't give A&M a chance. Game number 5, number 7 South Carolina going to the Swamp, number 2 Florida. 2 tough road games in a row for South Carolina. Coach Hayes.
South Carolina got a pretty good whooping last week. The score wasn't indicative of how that game really went, but I like Florida. I like Florida in their running game in this. Florida running game and defense. Florida, I think, will shut them down.
Coach Farley.
I think the old ball coach is going to have a game plan this week. They're going to rebound. Steve Spurrier is going to have them going. J.D. Von Clowney is going to come off the edge, and he's going to set the edge well. And they're going to shut the running game of Florida down. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair. I just don't think that the Gators can move the ball that well on South Carolina's defense, but I don't think South Carolina's going to be able to move the ball that well in Florida either. But I'm going to go with South Carolina and a rebound win from last week's letdown.
Look at this guy going against us on 3 games. As a Georgia fan that I am, I really need South Carolina to lose this game bad because, if they lose, Georgia's right back in the driver's seat. They beat Florida next week, they're in, even though they lost to South Carolina. That's a good thing for them. South Carolina's defensively has proven that they are good. I mean, LSU only put 23 up on them last week, but they couldn't get anything offensively going. Number 2, Florida's got a sick running attack. I mean, they've got so much depth at the running back position, it's not even funny. And I'm saying them being at the Swamp is going to be way too much for South Carolina to prepare for this game. Coming off a heartbreaker last week to LSU, and that's indicatively enough, they're going to the toughest 2 places to play in all football, in Death Valley and the Swamp. So I'm going to take Florida.
Indicative, huh?
Yeah. I don't even know what that word means, but I'm going to use it because it sounds good. So, any final comments from either of you two? Who's Notre Dame play this week?
BYU. Go Irish.
Good defense. It'll be a defensive test for them. Coach Farley, who's Ohio State play?
Buckeyes got the Boilermakers of Purdue. Go Buckeyes.
Actually could be a tough game for them, I think.
It may.
Purdue's actually
Urban Meyer had a come-to-Jesus talk with the defense and defensive staff this week to get things fixed up. And Ohio State's hurting at depth right now at linebacker. They've got 2 scholarship players that they recruited playing linebacker, and the rest of them are all freshmen. So they are definitely learning on the run.
Not going to do them any good anyways. They can't go no farther in the regular season. But anyways, that's besides the point. And Georgia's playing Kentucky this week. Should be a pretty easy win. Let's hope so.
How many people have been arrested at Georgia in the past year?
That's not the point. We'll just set aside that. And I'm going to say go Dogs, and we'll see you next week for the Week 9 edition.
I know you. I know you too. Hi. I know you too. What? That was too fast. I got this. I got something to say. Okay. I know you too. Beautiful. I know you too. Oh my god. I was like, what was that?
Would you like to leave your mark on the new Phoenix softball field? Middle school and high school Lady Phoenix softball players are selling customized Woo! These bricks will go in the entryway to the new complex. The deadline to purchase is Friday, October 19th, and the bricks are only $40.
$40, man, those things better have like spinners on them.
Spinners! No, man, no spinners.
No spinners?
No.
Yeah.
Just bricks.
Attention junior girls, attention junior girls. My name is Madison Smith and I'm here to tell you about Distinguished Young Women of Georgia. It is a scholarship leadership program and I highly recommend you get involved. In this program, you will be judged on scholastics, interview, talent, self-expression, and fitness. You'll also have an opening and closing number as well. DYW is one of the most fun experiences in the world. I competed in July of this year and we toured the Coca-Cola factory, the aquarium. It opens up an enormous amount of doors to take part in. We also stay in host homes and we get to go and share our talents with the community where it takes place at the state level. So therefore, I highly encourage you to get involved, and remember, if you need any help or you have any questions, you can go to the counseling office and pick up one of these, or you can see Miss Hayes or Miss Powers. Thank you and God bless.